Is your instrument. Your body is your instrument. Unlike the piano, which never changes, your body has the ability to change and to move, and sometimes in the wrong positions. You know, we have the freedom. We also have the freedom to be incorrect in our posture. All right. So what I'm going to just give, and all of you probably already know this, I'm just going to give you a basic physiological lesson on how the voice functions, and then we'll move from there. Okay. The voice is in here. We call it the voice box, right? Or the Adam's apple, whatever. It's more pronounced in men than in women. And why do you ask? Does anyone can tell me why? The vocal cords are thicker, right? And if you look at the piano, if you look at, who said that? You?
Yeah.
Okay, great. If you look at the piano and you look inside, the strings on the bottom are thicker. And it's the same principle with the voice. The women's cords are thinner, so they're up here. Men's voices are thicker, the cords, so they're down here, right? So therefore, you get a lower sound. Now, how is sound produced? Sound is produced this way. You have the diaphragm, which is right underneath your abdomen, right? And then you have, and I'm giving you the important parts of the actual production of voice. We call it phonation. It's the process of phonation, right? So the phonation takes place this way. You have the diaphragm here, you have the lungs here, and then you have the vocal cords here. They're the most three important parts involved in singing. Of course, we can talk about support, but we're just physiologically now. So what happens is, when you take a breath, it goes into your lungs, and it presses your diaphragm down, right? As your diaphragm ascends, it pushes the air out, and then the cords approximate. Now, let's talk about what the cords look like. They're in here, and I always like to say they're about the size of a kitchen mat. Cut it in half, and then cut that in half. The average cords sit on the top of this, and they're white. When air comes through them, they do what we call approximate. Once they start touching, you're doing bad vocal technique. They are not supposed to touch. That's what, when they touch too much, what happens? They get red, you get laryngitis, you get nausea, all those kinds of things. When your cords approximate, it's healthy. And they're white. But once they turn pink, you're starting to get in trouble, and when they're red, you're really in trouble. Right? So that means that they've been abused. So what I want us to work on is a nice flow of air through the vocal cords so they can approximate and make a nice, open, natural sound. Now, one of my pet peeves is people who push their voice. And we all do. We all do. Because we're human beings. Because we're not, if you don't study singing, you don't know that you're not supposed to do that. But when you push the voice, the sound is what I call a pressed, loud sound. What's the difference between a loud sound and a big sound? Someone take a shot at it?
When you put in a sports car,